I need to drink coffee. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to talk all about budgeting for beginners. Whether you guys have already started a budget, excuse me. Whether you guys have already started a budget, are going to, interested, you guys really don't know what it's all about. We're going to talk all about just budgeting, more for beginners, how to get started, what to look for. But I want to also say that it is all based off of your own personal preference of what you do and do not want to do with your finances. I'm here just to show you guys what I do here in my household, how we are taking charge of our finances, and hopefully just, you know, get a little bit inspiration, motivate you guys, because it is possible for anybody, no matter how low of an income you are or how high of an income you are. So yeah, we're gonna talk all about budgeting today. I hope you guys stay and subscribe. I'm really liking these finance videos, or basically I've only been doing cash envelopes videos, but I really love the topic of finances, so I'm hoping to incorporate this a little bit more into my channel here. So let's just do a little bit of a background. You guys are probably clicking on this video because you guys just want to start budgeting your finances. Obviously, I am here to help you guys out with that. I want to start by saying I am not an advisor. I am not an accountant. I am not a professional. I'm just giving you guys based off of my own personal experiences with finances. I've been through bad relationship with finances and now finally having a really good relationship with money. So that's what I'm bringing to the table for you guys. So I want to give you guys my background with finances just a little bit, so that way you guys know kind of what my husband and I do here. So it's just my husband and I and our lovely dog. Full-time working. We are full-time students. We have no credit card debt, but we do have a little bit of student loan debt. We recently just got out of credit card debt, so budgeting definitely helped with that. Let's see, what else? That's pretty much it. We are just a very low income household, so we're not rolling in the dough just yet, but we're on the path. Okay, that is the goal. Our goal to break generational curses and that my future children are set up well. So that is where we're at. Before we get into actually giving you guys a breakdown of finances, I want to let you know that budgeting is all about trial and error. So I have been budgeting my money probably for the past year and a half to just year and a half. It hasn't been much. It's been since I got engaged with my husband now, but when he was my fiance, we paid off our wedding all in cash, so we didn't do any credit cards or anything for our wedding. But I started budgeting more of my finances when I did get engaged, so it's only been a little bit, but with budgeting I have been able to get out of debt, pay for a whole wedding in whole, and now just have a really good relationship. So I want you guys to know that it is all about trial and error. We have been married now for 6 months, since January, and now in June we can finally say that our budgeting, like, we got it down. Like, we're like, yes, this works for us. We've been through trial and error. We've under budgeted in certain aspects. We over budgeted in certain aspects. So it's all about trial and error. So I want to let you guys know, if you guys get paid and you're starting to do this whole budgeting and you under budget for something, or you over budget, or you didn't even think about something, it's all about trial and error. Do not get discouraged on your first time budgeting. It's all about trial and error. So I am going to just give you guys a little quick breakdown on how I am going to just show you guys a little bit on how to start with budgeting. I'm going to move to the side so you guys can see the screen here. Hopefully. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let's not take the risk. Okay, so let's get started on where to begin. Where the heck do I begin, Jocelyn? This is where we're going to begin. We are going to open up our phone. We're going to go to our bank app and we're going to look through all of our bank statements. Yes, all of it. You need to rip the band-aid and just look at your bank statements. Where are you spending your money at? Are you spending it? And I'm not saying this to make yourself feel guilty, okay? I just want you guys to know where you're coming from, because this is going to help us with our budgeting later on. So look at your bank statement. How much are you spending on groceries, on gas? How much are you spending on yourself, on clothing, food, everything. How much are your subscription bills? Do you even know what you're subscribed to? So make sure you take a look at your bank statements, see every single penny, because at this point, once you start budgeting, every penny counts, okay? We are going to make sure that every penny has a place to go to. So take a look at your bank statements, rip that band-aid off. It may take a while, it may be really fast. Maybe you already know this, so you just have to skip that. But take a look at your bank statements. Then after that, we got to look at our overall monthly budget. Me, in our household, we get paid every 2 weeks. I know some people sometimes get paid one time a month, or they get paid every 2 weeks. If you get paid every 2 weeks, just kind of add both paychecks together and kind of just get a rough estimate. If you're like me, I don't get paid the same thing every single 2 weeks. I fluctuate. Sometimes I get more, sometimes I get less. So kind of do a rough estimate of your current household income. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Get a rough estimate of your current household income. So now that you've already looked at your bank statements and you ripped that band-aid, we know our budget. Let's get started into actually budgeting our paycheck. So I am going to give you guys an example of where to start. So say we get paid $4,000 in 1 month. You are going to take a look at your fixed expenses. So fixed expenses is any bill that will not change no matter the month, the date, the time, anything. It will not change. Every single month to month, it's the same exact money that you're paying. So for example, your rent, your car insurance, your medical, your health insurance, right? Your health insurance, your internet, your phone, all of those things that you have to pay month to month, no matter what, they will take it out of your bank. So take a look at your fixed expenses and see how much that goes off of. So in this instance, we're going to do a quick example. We get paid $4,000 a month. Say your rent and your utilities are $1,850 together for the month. Say your car is $200. Car insurance is $150. Your medical is $100. Your internet is $75. Your phone is $75. And then that is it, right? I think that's pretty much it. These are your fixed expenses. You are going to want to subtract your monthly income from those fixed expenses. So let me do the math really quick. After $4,000 and all of your fixed expenses, you have $1,550 left. That is a quick way for you to get through your money. It's just your fixed expenses. Either more of fixed expenses or less of fixed expenses. So this is why we're just doing examples, because I just want to give you guys an idea. So after your fixed expenses, you're going to go into looking at your variable expenses. So for us here in our household, groceries and gas is considered a fixed expense, because no matter what, we are going to give that same exact amount of money to our groceries. That's just what works for us. We've just found that if we ever do less, it just doesn't work out. So we have a fixed expense for our groceries here, but did you hear what I said? We have our groceries as a fixed expense here in our household, but for you, it could be a variable expense. So say you travel a lot, you don't have to spend a lot of groceries, or you're at home all the time, it may become a fixed expense. So it's up to you to determine whether your groceries and your gas is going to be a fixed expense or a variable expense. But take a look at your variable expenses. We are going to look at groceries. So in this case of the example, your groceries is $400 a month. That's $100 every week. So we're going to subtract that. And say your gas. I don't know about you guys, I am very blessed that our car does not take a lot of gas, but if it does, you got to add up your gas for the whole month. And say your gas is $120 for the month. That brings us down to $1,030 left in your budget. Okay, we're going to go into like subscriptions, which is also, I would consider, a variable expense, only because you can cut it out if you guys want to. Okay, you don't have to live with it, but it's up to you guys. Now we're going to go into our subscriptions. I'm going to go with the basics of what a typical person has nowadays. Spotify, $10. Netflix, is Netflix still $10? I don't pay for my Netflix, so I don't know, but I think Netflix is $10. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hulu, $7. Disney Plus, I don't know how much that is, so I'm just gonna say $10. And then Prime, Amazon Prime. I know everybody has Prime, so we're gonna say $14 for Prime. After that is left with $979 left in our budget. So it is up to you. Now that you're looking at your subscriptions, you're probably thinking there's little things we can cut out that's gonna help save you guys money in the long run, but that is our subscriptions. So get your budget, look at your fixed expenses, go into your variable expenses, and also include those subscriptions. That is going to be everything that needs to get cut off of your paycheck first. Now that you're done with all of your subscriptions, everything else can fluctuate depending on your budget. So, spending and eating out. I would love to encourage these, I'm gonna say envelopes because I am a cash envelope person, but I would love to encourage these categories into your budget. I don't want you to group it together and just kind of like, oh, we just got $300 for whatever we want. Separate spending and eating out money. It has very much happened. We did it one time and never again will we do it again. We added the money for our spending and our eating out together, and that money burned through so quickly, and we ended up taking out more money than what we thought because we tried to cut back and combine together. It was the worst experience that we had for those 2 weeks of our paycheck. So I would say separate them and give yourself a budget. In this case, for our example, we're going to give ourselves $60 of spending and $60 of eating out. For me, that's a little bit reasonable. Not really with the spending. I spend a lot of money. So it really depends onto you. It depends, okay? So I want you guys to keep this with a mind. Don't think like, Jocelyn, you really don't know what you're talking about. I probably don't. But I don't want you guys looking at me like, she really thinks $60 for eating out is a good amount of money. Like, this is just, to me, it changes, okay? It changes. So now we're going to go into our debt, if you have debt. So this example does have debt. If you have student loan and credit card debt, you need to make sure that we pay off our student loans and credit cards, okay? We need to get out of debt, not stay in debt. So in this, oh, the gardener. I'm gonna have to keep going though. If you guys hear the gardener, just know that he's cutting grass right now. So credit card, you have to pay $150. I would say always go above your minimum payment. Do a little bit more, okay? Do not do the bare minimum. Always do a little bit more, just a little bit. Student loan, $250. That leaves us with $459 left now to go into our sinking funds. So sinking funds are so much fun for me. I love sinking funds. Sinking funds is putting money aside into a certain category and just letting it build up to hit a certain goal, or you have until a certain time frame to get it all done. So in this case, we have a couple sinking funds: birthday, anniversary, Christmas, holidays, vacation, and then our very most important is our emergency money. You should be putting money aside for savings, even if it is $10, $5. Put money aside for savings every single paycheck, because you really do not know when the storm will come and you need the extra money. Let me tell you a really quick story. Gabriel and I got married in January. It's been only 6 months. We had a emergency fund since the day we got married for $500, right? We're like, this is gonna be our bare minimum, is $500 in emergency savings just in case, and we'll build on it. Got back from our honeymoon, we used our emergency savings at the very end of our first month of marriage. I forgot why, but we did. Then we built it back up, back to $500. We went back down because I broke my glasses. My glasses broke, we had to use it, and we were like down to $100. Then we had, I don't know what expense had to come up for the car. It was just so many expenses. And so I'm telling you, since we've been married for 6 months, we have gone through our emergency savings about 3 times, 4 times. We are almost there to getting back to $500. It's hard, but I'm telling you guys, learn from us that you do not know what life is going to throw at you, and you need to be prepared. So save money into an emergency savings, even if it's $5, okay? So in this case, we're not going to do $5. we are going to have an emergency savings of $150. So now we are down to $309 left of our budget. This is all going to go into sinking funds. Sinking funds is very important, I would say, in my opinion. It is very important only because you're putting a little bit of money every single paycheck away to a certain goal. It's not going to be a big chunk. This is how, for example, like Christmas, a lot of people go into debt for Christmas because you get multiple presents for multiple people, you have Christmas parties, you have to decorate your home because you got to make sure your home is feeling the Christmas vibes. You got a lot of things that go into Christmas. You want to start preparing for yourself now for Christmas. It really depends up to you. It really depends up to you if how much you want to put towards what sinking fund. I would say the one that's going to come the closest. Oh, I thought he was done. He said, so it's really up to you. But I would suggest if you are going to put money into a sinking fund, you're putting the most amount of money into the sinking fund that's going to come close or going to come first. There you go. So for example, like Christmas, if you start a sinking fund now, you would probably want to start putting bigger chunks of money towards Christmas because it's literally 6 months away. But say your birthday isn't until next year, you can do just a little bit every single paycheck. You don't have to do a greater amount. That is just my suggestion. So for Christmas, because Christmas is 6 months away, we're going to start putting $100 away any holiday. So Thanksgiving is also coming up, so we're going to put $60 into Thanksgiving. We have vacations coming up. We're going to put $40 into vacation. We have anniversaries, $50 into anniversaries, and $40 into birthday. We have a leftover of $19 with nowhere else for it to go. Where is it gonna go? My suggestion, emergency savings, but it's definitely up to you. It's come time and time again where Gabriel and I end up having like a very small amount, like $16, $14, just like how this one was. We have $19 left over. We typically treat ourselves and we put it into our spending money, but there's also times like right now we're saving up for vacation, so we're putting any extra money into vacation money. So any leftover floating money, you put it in to wherever you'd like to go. I really hope I explained this well. In my head it works out perfect, just because I have been doing this a lot. But you guys just gotta know where your priorities are going to be at. You gotta make sure your fixed expenses are taken care of first, your subscriptions, your gas, your groceries, obviously all the common sense ones, and then take care of other stuff. Start putting money away and get yourself prepared. Honestly, it's not gonna feel like it at the very beginning. Gabriel and I just started doing sinking funds when we first got married. Now that we are 6 months into marriage, we have a good amount of money for certain stuff put aside, and it feels great. We currently have, well, if you guys haven't seen my cash envelope videos, we currently have about $300 put aside for January through February. Here in our household is just a very expensive month for us. It's our anniversary, it's his birthday, my birthday, Valentine's Day. So we are putting money aside for that already. We already have $300. That's $300 that is already dedicated. Like, just the feeling to know that you have dedicated money towards something helps you stay out of debt, takes control of your money, get a good relationship. When you know where every single dollar of your paycheck is going to, you start getting to learn and to grow a good relationship with your money. If you really just swipe the card, you don't know how much you're paying in subscriptions, you don't know anything, you're just kind of, you know, not caring about your finances, that's where a bad relationship comes in for money, and that's just not good. We don't want that, okay? We want you to have a good relationship with money. Like I said, I really hope I explained this well. I hope you learned I hope you learned something from this video. If you guys need any suggestions on any sinking funds, I have a bunch of cash envelope videos in my channels, so you guys can definitely check those out. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in a video very soon. I get paid this Friday, so you know what that means. Another cash envelope stuffing video. Alright, you guys, I'll see you guys later.